I've been coaching for 15 years, and I've been at this facility for 11. We opened it in 2011, and it's indoors hitting out to the range, climate controlled, so I can teach all year up here in the Northeast, which is very important for my students and for my revenue. So it's been great being here, and hopefully I can be here for a long time. So I was introduced to K-Coach in 2011 by Pat McGuire at the Raspberry Golf Academy, and I latched onto it really quickly and started using it right away, and it's just been great. I mean, because before that we only had video, and K-Coach is just very easy to plug in, put it on, get a bunch of data, and then it's the instructor's choice what to do with it from there. But I was always highly interested in the data and what we could do with that to help players get better, and really to help us as coaches get better. So right from the beginning, I've been using it about 10, 11 years now. Right from the beginning, I was very interested in what this could do for the players I was working with. Without a doubt. K-Coach, has helped me understand the golf swing from a 3D perspective. So, video angles can be very misleading at times, where 3D is going to give you a more informed picture of what's going on. Going through the trainings and the seminars has been very helpful to me, and I take something away from all of those. But just having it on site and working with players over the years and getting that experience has certainly given me a much more informed view of the golf swing, players' patterns, what I can do to help a player get better. At the beginning, I think I wanted to try to fix every little detail of their golf swing, and I think the more I use K-Coach, the more I want to just help each player hit the ball better, and we can find the root cause of what may be the problem much quicker by using 3D. I've learned a lot. I mean, I've learned how rotational values affect things. I've learned how side bending might affect ball flight and contact, and I've learned a lot more cause and effect than I ever knew before. I've learned that if you overload someone with trying to do too many things at once, it may actually hurt them. It may not be that beneficial. So I think I've learned how to streamline things much better through using the K-Coach and starting to get into the training programs. And I do a lot of training programs with the players I'm working with, especially off-season. I want to game plan at the beginning of the off season. So I think it's helped me sort of prioritize timelines and how I can start to structure a certain timeline towards this player. What do we need to accomplish? And then we can track it so easily with K-Coach. And that's been great. It's hard to say everything I've learned, because I think I've learned so much by using it over the years. It's been more than a decade that I've been using this on hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands, of clients. So I think it's really beneficial in so many ways, and would recommend it. I recommend it to every coach that doesn't have it. I recommend that this is something great to put in your studio. Yeah, so my Instagram channel is at Jaime Gylan PGA, and Jamie's Jaime Gylan PGA. So recently I've been doing some golf instruction songs. So I have a music background, I have a music degree, as well as playing golf in college. I went to a music college and studied music and was in a band for years. So I've got that background, and my wife for years has been pushing me towards trying to combine my two interests, golf instruction and music. So I finally started making some golf instruction songs. They're original songs. They're, lighthearted, but I do want to get across, some real instruction value in these songs, short and sweet. So you can find those on my Instagram channel. They're up on my YouTube as well, and I've been trying to have fun with, just trying to combine some instruction, some music, have a little fun with it. I think it might grab some more attention. So we got to do a K-Vest. I'm going to work on a K-Vest song, K-Coach song. Maybe we can do something that way in the future. The main benefit I've received from K-Coach. That's a tough one. I think there's so many, but I really love the fact that you can evaluate a player. You can put them in the K-Coach. It takes less than 5 minutes to get everything suited up and get them in the K-Coach. Get a few readings, get some golf swings, do an eval, and then you have a baseline. And you have not only a place that you may look for the future and how to improve that player, but you can always refer back to where their baseline was. It's also great if you have a player that's hitting it great and you want to just baseline that so that when they may get off track in the future, you can come back to what their baseline is. So I think that's really important to have an accurate way to baseline what's going on, good or bad, with a player, whether it's a new player or an existing client. The training, though, I think is invaluable. It's so invaluable to the player in your studio to have the ability to train nearly anything that you want with them, to get the biofeedback. They all tell me that the biofeedback is just second to none. To have the angels singing when they're in the right spot or whatever you're working on. I think it's just so valuable to have the training. I show my players less data now than I ever did before. I try to just streamline it down to one or two things I might want them to understand and focus on, and then we can work on training it, getting some feedback so that they can turn it into a feel, which is really much more valuable to them, is getting an actual feel out of it versus just a number or an explanation of what's happening. So, and once they start hitting it better with that feel, that's when you know that you're really onto something good. So I think the training has been incredibly valuable, and looking forward to continuing working with my players in that aspect. Well, I think almost any student could benefit from it. I've had absolute beginners, and since COVID's happened, I have a lot more straight beginners, never touched a golf club, and I'll just get them into some posture, some bends and side bends, and some rotation stuff I might sprinkle in with them depending on how they respond to things. But beginners, it's incredible. College players, elite players, it's great because you just never know what each individual might need. So to be able to evaluate somebody, to get their baseline numbers together, it's across the board. So that's a question that there's no answer to that. It could be any player that could benefit from this, and I don't discriminate against putting anybody in this. I even got the junior garments, and I'm putting my juniors in there, my very small players in there, and just to get them on the right track at a young age is, I think, really valuable to them. Yes, absolutely. I do it all the time. If you're a coach, you do need to have this as a part of your studio. It's just very important. It's important to measure the ball, but it's also very important to measure the body. And this can be the root cause of what's happening with the ball. So I always look at both of those in evaluation. I want to know what's going on with the club and ball interaction and what's going on with the body that may have caused what's happening with the club and ball interaction. And My students all know K-Coach. They all love K-Coach. They all have their programs, and I can send them off their program to work on it at home, the ones that have it. So yeah, really valuable to any coach or student that wants to get better and help their students improve. Yeah, well, I would be missing a piece of the puzzle, and I would be back to trying to make a good guess like we used to do before we had 3D. So I would certainly not prefer that. And anytime I have an issue with K-Coach, I'm scrambling because you get very used to having this feedback and having this data at your disposal. So I would not be very happy if I could no longer use K-Coach. So I hope that doesn't happen anytime soon. So you could go to the Royal Manchester Golf Links website, and my link to my online schedule is there. You could also reach me via email at jgylan@gmail.com. My Instagram, like I said, is Jaime Gylan PGA, as well as Facebook. So you could reach me any of those places, and I could get you onto my online schedule, and then you could book a lesson. Yeah, thanks guys. Thanks for having me. Great product. Keep doing what you're doing. I look forward to seeing what you come out with in the future. But yeah, thanks for having me.